Welcome to Innovation Dialogue. I'm Diana Ding.
My voice.
My story.
My dream.
Innovation Dialogue.
We are encouraged by their story. Welcome to our show. I'm Diana Ding, and today we're going to talk about Indian Community Center and the American Olympic table tennis player. And today with me is my friend Raj and Raju.
Greetings. My name is Raj Desai. I'm the CEO of the India Community Center. Delighted to be here to join on this show.
Hello everyone, I'm Rajul Seth and really happy to be here on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. And actually I was at a wonderful event. Raj invited me there. It's a fundraising for two lovely Olympians. They are actually Chinese American, so let's just watch a little bit about the video before we tell the whole story.
Terrific.
So this is a big chance for Jiaqi and C representing the United States. Jiaqi in the white shirt for her first time playing the Olympics, and it'll be Lily Zhang's second. Now last time these two played, if I had to try and remember who won, I just remember it wasn't Jiaqi. Oh, now he's starting to smile. Okay, he's blushing. Match. Good try. Lily, your serve was winning. Anil, DSW, we're going later. So thank you folks. Wasn't that an amazing exhibition? Let's give these guys a big round of applause. Thanks to the great work that Rajul and Massimo and the coaches have done. Not just Olympians, but literally every age category.
Build the greatest table tennis facility in North America. It not only takes super committed parents, kids putting in thousands of hours, but you've got to assemble the best coaches from all over the world. And that is what Coach Rajul has done. And I just want you to know, we have 11 coaches on staff, people who specialize in certain things.
You said 40 kids in the TKP program. But we actually have hundreds of kids as well as adults that play here. And
500. This is road
right here. Don't goes big but goes home. With the C's candy, you still put the kids. Come back as the line dies down here. But all right, guys, let's start. Anand, Daichi. We have 5 points right here on this side. We have 5 points up here.
Wow, that was a wonderful event. I was there, and I was so amazed. Actually, Chinese people like ping pong, like table tennis. But it's amazing is that Indian community actually is leading this, supporting the American Olympic table tennis players. How did this started?
Well, initially in India, so table tennis is also very popular in India, like it's popular in China. In India also it's very popular. So when we had a India Community Center, there was a kind of a chance to introduce table tennis in a community center with a recreational way with 3 or 4 tables on a carpet. And we just started that program with 3 tables and like 6 or 7 kids. There are a lot of Indians in Bay Area, so all of a sudden that 3 tables program had a great response, and we thought of doing it on a little bit professional way. And that 3 table recreational table tennis program, we just launched on a professional way with 10 to 12 tables on a professional way. And then we saw a lot of response from the Chinese also. There are a lot of Chinese in Bay Area, and they also want their kids to play table tennis. So we see all of a sudden when we launched the professional program, we see a lot of Indian and Chinese kids started joining our program. And just in like 10 years now, we are at around 200 kids training in our center regularly for table tennis.
200. Wow,
Yes.
that's a lot. Actually, Raj, you are the CEO of India Community Center. That day we went there, it's only the sports and recreation center, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
tell us something about Indian Community Center.
Well, I mean, it was started by some visionary founders who felt very passionate about the whole Indian culture, that they wanted to support the community here, but very much open to all communities. It is not restricted in any way. And in fact, a lot of the sessions or classes that we do are open to anyone, whether they are basically computer technology, or it could be just simply sports related, like ping pong, table tennis, or it could be yoga. The fitness center is very big in Zumba and Bombay Jam and all kinds of classes, about 40 classes a week that are hosted at the main center. Table tennis is one of our main programs, but in addition to that, we have a full suite of programs with probably about 30 instructors that are conducting stage play, speaking, how to be a better speaker, how to create your idea into a business. So all manner of programs that help community of all ages. In fact, in the main center, we have, people there from babies to very senior, older people. So we have programs that support all of the age groups.
It's such a wonderful idea. I was wondering who was the visionary, who actually invested and had this idea and made this come true.
So I would say the Godwani brothers really started the whole concept. And I remember meeting with them regularly as I was running this other organization called TIE.
They are the same person behind the TIE.
Yeah, they were very much involved there. So I would meet with them, they would kind of share their plans, and they had good friends in the Jewish Community Center. So they learned a lot from how the Jewish Community Center across all of the United States has created a very powerful community-based organization. So the Godwani brothers decided that they had a nice exit, so they wanted to invest time and money into creating a center that would be world-class, the first in the United States, that would basically be set up in a very comfortable environment. I mean, we do things like medical clinic for people who are undocumented, do not have insurance. We provide free service.
Wow.
And so doctors are regularly volunteering to come and basically attend to these people at no charge. You don't even have to be a member to basically get the service. So legal service, you're looking for a job, you want career advice. So we are doing all kinds of things that help the community settle down and integrate and, assimilate in the Silicon Valley culture.
It's so important and so meaningful.
Yes.
So actually table tennis is just one of them. But from table tennis story, we can see the whole thing, the whole vision. But the other day I was there and watching that event, and I was so touched. I was thinking actually, those 2 players, they are all Chinese American. But you are doing this so wonderful thing. It's not only for certain community, it's all community, right? So you yourself is a sports player, right?
Right. So I have played for Indian National Circuit professional table tennis for 14 years. So when we started this program, I was the only person to, manage the program. Head coach, coaching, admin, everything. But then gradually, when we took the program to next level, and we wanted to make it a world-class program, naturally without Chinese instructors or coaches that is not possible. So we started getting former Chinese national team members, we started hiring some coaches from Europe, Italy, and all of them. And right now, we ended up with like 12 full-time coaches. Out of that, 9 are very professional Chinese coaches, and some Indian and European coaches. And our combination of the team right now is world class.
You know what? Actually, there is a Chinese table tennis club here, and I was wondering why they choose to go to Indian Community Center.
Well, see, right now in Bay Area, whether it's a Chinese or an Indian, everyone is looking at the quality of the program. And what we have right now, the professional coaches, whatever team our professional coaches we have, probably it's not one of the best in America, but I can say it's one of the best in the world right now.
One of the best in the world, in the whole world.
Yes, trust me. We are also even listed by International Table Tennis Federation as one of their top 21 hotspot training centers.
Wow,
so we have
top.
produced a lot of world-class players from this center. So if you see a cadet or junior, under 12, under 14 kids, we have kids ranked in top 10 of the world as well. So
Wow. But how do you achieve to that level, especially in a very short time, right?
a very short time. When I say this program is just 10 years old, 10 years is considered to be a very short time.
That's
so our goal is basically to bring a medal, Olympic medal in this US
Like
for table
Lily,
tennis.
like Chachi.
Lily, Chachi. So this is the second Olympic for Lily. When Lily was junior, she was ranked top 10 of the world. Once she plays a little bit professionally more table tennis full time, I think she has a chance to get medal in 2020 Olympics.
You mentioned you have 12 professional coaches there. So how did you, get those coaches, and where did you find them?
Well, so basically we invite them initially for our summer camps, or so when we hear for any top player or top coach anywhere in the world, we first try to invite them in our summer camps or some of our training program. And then from there, we just try to talk with them, and if they are interested to stay in America, support us, we just file their work visa, and we give them a work visa, and that's how they are in USA.
Actually, this community center, even though it's a non-profit organization, but still need to run like a business.
Absolutely.
So what's the model?
Sure. No, I think you asked the question as to how, a variety of individuals,
Yes.
Chinese, Indian, even some Caucasians are coming to the center. The center is very open to all communities. It is inexpensive. And I think the founders and the management, the team have all created a very friendly environment. Also run very professionally. So everything we do, from the table to the paddle to the ball, everything is world class. We don't compromise on costs. So this comes about because we have a number of professional, passionate people who feel that here we have done so well in Silicon Valley, we need to give back. And they're giving back by making donations. You yourself contributed at our event, so thank you so much
I'm so lucky
for that.
and so honored.
I appreciate that. And I think it is all contributions help us. In fact, the Olympians you mentioned who are of Chinese origin are sponsored and provided scholarship by the India Community Center. So all their coaching and some travel and participation is under a scholarship. Their parents are not necessarily contributing much, and we are happy to do that because it brings a level of achievement for the organization. Even President Obama has recognized the center.
I saw the picture with President Obama there.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yes, it's wonderful. Raj, you yourself is I know that you were working in other organization as a director. I see that you really have the spirit and the heart to serve the community. So what's your goal of your life?
I guess, when I think about it, and when my family and friends ask, how is it that I keep, landing from one place to another,
Yeah, that's so
continuously
full of energy and
community
passion.
service, energy and passion, it must be in my DNA. I mean, that's all I can say. My family was very much into community service. I enjoy people. you know, and I will talk to people in the elevator, in the train station, you know, at the airport, anybody. I will just talk to people. I like to, you know, sometimes, you know, I may ask a lot of questions, but it is nice because, you know, this world is one place. We come from maybe different places, different languages, maybe perhaps we eat different food, but at the end of the day, we're all here to, you know, enjoy life whilst we are on this planet. So make friends, reach out to people.
Yes.
You learn a lot from other people.
Exactly.
So,
I have learned a lot from both of you guys. Actually, especially on that day, I was there sitting there. I watched the people playing with two young ladies, and from, you know, senior person to very young kids.
Right.
So it seems everybody really enjoy playing ping pong, playing table tennis.
Right.
So for you, and what's your goal? And just, you know, this has been 10 years already. So from now until next 5 years or next 10 years, and what do you want to see for this?
Well, so we already set up our goal in 2008. So initially we set up that we want some players from our center to play for USA in a, you know, World Championship events. We achieved that. At that time we set up another goal to have our players to play for the Olympics. Now we achieved that. So now our next goal is to win medal at the Olympics, and we are on a right track to do that.
When do you think you can achieve this goal?
It can be 2020 or 24. It takes time. Olympic medal is not that easy. It takes time. We are, to achieve that, we are working on a full-time homeschooling kind of a intense table tennis program, which probably we are going to launch by next year. And with that, I'm pretty confident that we can achieve, you know, our goal by winning medal in Olympics.
I'm looking forward to see this. You know, today we're here and talking about this, and you mentioned that American players are going to be the table tennis Olympic winner.
Right.
You know, it's always been, you know, winning by Chinese players.
Right. And one of the challenge here in Silicon Valley is everybody is so focused on academics, schooling and
That's
all.
true.
So these kids are part-time, you know, pursuing the passion in ping pong, table tennis. Whereas in other countries, perhaps even 12-year-old, they don't go to school. They will play table tennis 2-3 times a day and get to Olympics and get the medal. So they have spent a lot more time in training and playing the sport compared to the kids here. They have a challenge of working hard at school, getting their grades, because that's what parents want. And then table tennis is a pastime hobby, and if they become good, they get to go to Olympics, and as Raju
But this
mentioned.
is not their lifetime profession.
Correct.
Yes, and also, you know, some places in the whole country is supporting these players and training, but here it's actually supported by community.
Community center.
Right.
But, you know, for community supporting, what's the biggest challenge? Do you got enough fundraising? What's the challenge?
Well, actually, frankly speaking, right now we have over 30 kids in a building where we are supporting their training, over 30. Someone partially, someone fully training. So we have over 200 kids in the building training. Out of that, really like 25, 30 kids, they really need help. Their table tennis program is not that easy to, you know, train every day. It's very expensive program. So we are supporting at least 30 kids in the building right now, talented kids. And people, they are looking at our work, they are looking at our performance. And when we do fundraiser like this, trust me, people, they step forward and support us. So fundraising, when we do it, we see the support from all the community people, because they look at our performance and they really see the, you know, result of our kids.
So far, so good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even though we want to run it as a business where you have to balance your income with your expenses, we could not have done this program without the support of our donors. Because, you know, on average, it's around $75 an hour. You're paying the coach significant amount. You're paying for the facilities, everything, and then, you know, how much can you, you know, basically charge the young kid as a pastime, you know, evening, weekend kind of activity. So we try and provide the support and the scholarship through the funds that our donors are, you know, contributing, and that helps a lot.
So how do you control this cost? How do you spend the money?
Of course, we have a budget. We are very careful on how the coaches are hired, and then how the classes are booked, and what is a reasonable level of fee that can be collected from the students. Sometimes, you know, it all kind of adds up, but you know, we will go to some of our friends and say, you know, we're kind of a little bit short. Can you help us out? And, you know, like the event you attended on Sunday, we were able to raise a reasonable amount to support our, you know, the kids' trip to Rio Olympics. And so that was the purpose behind that fundraising. And we also hope to add additional activities that can utilize the facility for other things, so that table tennis is not the only event that will pay for those expenses.
Yeah, like what you said, actually you create a very nice platform to attract good people to this community service. Like the other day I saw Steve Westerly, because the first time I knew that he plays table tennis. He was an investor, and he was also in the high-tech field and the state controller. So how did he get involved in this?
Well, he's one of our he was one of our bigger supporter from 2008. So he once just came to see the center. Someone invited him, and when he came and when he saw a lot of small kids training there, he was so impressed that, you know, he just got involved. He played with some of our kids, coaches. As of now, also once a month, he comes to our center to play, and you know, he's involved with the center.
He plays very well.
He plays good, and he loves kids. So basically, when he learned that we are supporting kids, we are sponsoring little kids, he became very active with us, and every time he has helped us in our fundraiser event.
It's great. So this show actually is Innovation Dialogue. So what is innovation by your definition in one sentence?
Be creative.
Great. And you?
Be professional and be creative.
Okay, professional and creative. It's good, and I think that not only the Chinese community, the whole community should know this and what's happening in this wonderful center, and what they're doing for not only Olympic players, but so many other things. But today we just tell the story about Indian Community Center supporting American Olympic players. Thanks for coming to our show.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done?
What is innovation?
Customer needs change every day. You got to be able to meet them.
Be able to spot human talent and to be a good leader.
Dream of things that never were and ask why not.
You have to keep creating.
Make people's lives easier.
The future. It's recognizing the future. Reimagine what is possible.
Creating something entirely different.
Solving a problem creatively.
Valley, China, and all over the world.